Welcome back. We are now into the last 16 here at the Women's Series, and what a matchup we have between two
Bullseye.
world champions. Anastasia, who's won at the Lakeside 3 times, Mikuru Suzuki, winning the last 2 BDO World Championships. And both of these players will be spoilers for Lisa Ashton in her bid to join Fallon Sherrock at the Grand Slam of Darts next month. One place up for grabs in the quarterfinals.
100.
To meet either Dita Hedman or Denise Cassidy in what's a very interesting half of the draw. It also features Lorraine Winstanley, Laura Turner, Jo Locke and Lisa Ashton, who meet in the last 16.
60.
But it is the second ever meeting between this pair, the first at the Women's Series, and probably the one that we expect to be the closest we've seen so far today, Dan.
Yeah, really looking forward to this. Anastasia, a 3-time Ladies World Champion, Mikuru twice as well, and as you say, they have
85.
Met before. It was in Mikuru's title defence of the Women's World title, and she beat Anna by 2-0 in the quarterfinals. She's only ever lost 1 set in her 2 World Championship campaigns, Mikuru. That was to Bo Greaves in the game that followed her victory over Anastasia.
Suzuki scoring
81.
60 in each of her first 2 visits. She's down on 381. Anna after 3 visits on 235.
Well, 60, 60, 60. It's not going to worry Anastasia, but it will worry her if she finds the form she's produced so far today. She's had back-to-back averages of 85 and 87.
52.
Now, Anastasia's had a bit more variety. She's gone 91 and then 79. So they're both averaging mid to high 80s for the day. But if Mikuru can average that sort of 85, 86 for the entire
56.
day, she's got a real good chance of winning one or maybe even more of these Women's Series titles.
Yeah, and it would take multiple titles to threaten to break up the Sherrock-Ashton partnership at the World Championship.
97.
2 spots available at Alexandra Palace, the top 2 at the end of all 12 events on the order of merit. But it will be difficult with both of those players on form already and having won 3 each already.
Yeah, it will be difficult, but then Mikuru is somebody who's beaten
100.
Lisa in a world final to 0. She also beat Lisa in her very first game at the Lakeside. Like, she can take on and beat the very best. She's right up there, in my opinion, when she's playing at her best stuff.
It will certainly make it interesting if either of these players really go up a couple of gears this weekend. The race might not be run just yet. It might not be complete.
122.
Well, went looking for the bullseye there. In the end, only gets 2. So there's pressure on this for Anastasia.
10 scored.
And the pressure tells. Now, Mikuru, what's the route here? I've got no idea where she's... It could be 13s. Yeah, okay, standard stuff. Double 16.
47.
Another chance for Anastasia. The chance she has to take. And does take on double 2 to take the lead in this last 16 match.
Now,
140.
You know me, Murph. I'm a big fan of the darts accessory. You know this. It's a well-known fact. We discuss it all the time. And darting friends over in Japan are the greatest
140.
exponents of employing a darting accessory. But what is the gigantic metal cat bear thing dangling from Mikuru's neck?
You want one, don't you?
I do want one. She's like the Flavor Flav of darts, but replacing the clock with a massive animal of some sort.
Dan is wearing the same shirt as Mikuru Suzuki today.
and I do have the
140.
Lycra arm, but on my non-throwing arm, which is something we've seen from some of our guys on the Asia Tour. Don't know why they do it, don't care.
100.
Certainly one of the players who has worked on the sort of image women's series, 2 places behind Anastasia.
97.
Which isn't bad considering she was way off her usual pace that first weekend, wasn't she?
Yeah, doesn't want to feel like she wasted her opportunity. Well, she wastes this opportunity.
30.
Well, only if Dombromyslova can take out 98. A tricky little finish.
Don't miss inside.
$60.
But also don't miss.
Double 5, a tricky little double. But it looks like an inviting guide.
Game shot.
And in it goes, used well by Suzuki to level up this game.
Yeah, we've got a game on here, haven't we? 2 multiple world champions going head to head. One of the things that's perhaps overlooked with Mikuru as Anastasia
140.
kicks off turn 40, she very nearly produced the first win at Alexandra Palace because she came within a dart of beating James Richardson. This was before history was made by Fallon Sherrock, of course.
140.
And not only that, she played at the Grand Slam of darts, and the eventual winner that year, Gowan Price, was in more trouble against Mikuru Suzuki than he was against anybody else in that year's tournament. Mikuru Suzuki has got the game when she's playing at her best to cause problems for anybody. And that goes for anybody playing here today.
And it could have been her, couldn't it, that got all the limelight. She was waiting to beat James Richardson at the Alexandra Palace before Fallon Sherrock did beat Ted Everts. It was very, very close.
Yeah, great game of darts. Obviously, it wasn't the history-making one that we saw from Fallon versus Ted, but if you do go back and watch that game, it's a heck of a contest. And again, it's all going mad all around her, and Mikuru Suzuki just keeping ahead and plodding on.
Yeah, Anastasia qualified
85
for the 2019 event. Ran into a relentless Ryan Joyce. That was the same year when Lisa Ashton produced a fabulous first set against Jan Decker. Ultimately went on to lose the match. That's an excellent setup by Anastasia.
I mean, she's gone 97 to leave 169,
60.
then 125 to leave 44. There's some questionable mathematics going on from Anastasia, but the darts were accurate considering where she was trying to throw them. And they are there as well, as Anastasia goes 2-1 up. We've had 3 holes to throw in this one. Both averaging in the low 80s at the minute. And improving.
Easy to forget as well that Anastasia actually appeared at the PDC World Championship as far back as 2009 at the Ali Pali. Do you remember who beat her?
I can't know. Who is it?
Remco van Eyden.
Oh, I'd have been here for a long while trying to remember that.
Well, you are going to be here for a long while. We've got 3 tournaments to get through.
Well, even so, I'm glad you told me, because I feel it would be a waste of a weekend.
That was the
100
Phil Taylor Barney final, but not the one that Barney won. It was one where he got absolutely humped by Taylor with 110 average. 111 average even.
140
I do a few of these quizzes over the course of the weekend, but please don't return any in my direction.
60
Do get involved if you're watching at home. Give our social media admin some work to do at official PDC.
Yeah, please do that because he is bone idle.
100.
Neck and neck here. But Mikuru really is in and around that treble 20.
94.
She's not had much luck going to the bullseye, has she, so far in this game?
It could be a important exchange coming up here. That's the switch. She's locked herself out, and she's done well
91.
there to leave a similar kind of finish.
Gets the one treble she needs. Is it 7?
Be decided in a race to 2.
Yeah, Mikuru's going to have to find a breaker throw
100.
from somewhere here. But we've seen in this game, there's only the one leg out of the 4 that we've had so far where the person who's lost it hasn't had darts to win it.
43.
So it's been even. Very little in the averages. Opportunities here and there. Dita Hedman is seizing her opportunity. She's 3-1 up on Denise Cassidy, and the winner of that game would face the winner of this one.
Yeah, Lisa Ashton is already through
100.
to the quarterfinals, and we'll see her next on PDC TV. A 4-0 win against Joanne Locker. A very good player look. Potential banana skin there for Ashton, but she hasn't slipped up.
41.
It looks like she will take on Lorraine Winstanley in that live stream match, because Winstanley's 3 ahead against Laura Turner.
Yeah, playing some decent stuff today, Lorraine. Having just won her spot back in the England side. Mikuru's gone back-to-back scores of 40-odd here, and that already makes it difficult to find the breaker throw in this leg.
60.
And if she can't, she will be stuck in a corner, having to hold and then break in a last leg decider.
I can just see her getting a little practice swing
58.
in the background. She knows that she needs to turn it up a couple of notches to ensure a passage into the quarterfinals. Anastasia, at the moment, favourite to do so.
60.
Should be very happy with that, Anastasia. Down to 63. Mikuru, 2 trebles to reach a finish. Well, that's the first treble she's hit in this leg.
137.
But she follows it with another, and we've already seen the 160 taken out on this streaming board today.
Will she get a go at it? 46 left for Anastasia, so double 18 to deny Suzuki the opportunity.
27.
Can she repeat the same trick that Fallon Sherrick produced?
She could, you know. She really could. Oh, and she doesn't quite do it. 4 visits of nothing, then 137 set up and misses tops for a 160, but the pressure's on Anastasia and she stands up to it to take a 3-2 lead. Once again, it's another leg where there's a chance of a break. It slips away, and Anastasia is a leg away from the quarterfinals.
100.
First quarterfinal confirmed. It will be Lorraine Winstanley against Lisa Ashton coming up next here on PDC TV. Both players winning 4-0 against decent opposition. Laura Turner for Winstanley, Joe Locke for Lisa Ashton, who averaged over 91 in that match. The best we've seen so far today, of course, was Fallon Sherrick in the previous match here, and she averaged 104 in a 4-1 win against
100.
Lorraine Hyde. The big names producing a good standard so far in this opening event of the weekend. We still have Dita Hedman in the event. We've still got, obviously, this pair. Trina Gulliver is still going. She's in the last 16, taking on Ros Bulmer.
140.
Well, that could be quite the quarter-final lineup. We know it's Winstanley versus Ashton. That's a cracker. We could be seeing Fallon Sherrick versus Trina Gulliver maybe in one of the other quarters. Could be Dieter Hedman versus the winner of this one. I mean, it's world champions and multiple title winners all over the place.
Corinne Hammond still in there as well in the other quarter of the draw. Well, looks like she's going for this. Back up.
97.
And looking in a strong spot to force a last leg shootout, and this match has looked destined to go the distance.
It deserves it, doesn't it? I think it's been a fantastic game. Really close.
94.
Opportunities for both players. How about this then for 3-all? Yeah, really good. 14 data for Mikuru Suzuki, and the Japanese star must now break Anastasia Dombromyslova.
Well, the first time we've seen a match go the distance so far. It's bound to happen when the
45.
biggest stars of women's darts collide. But it is a sloppy start from the biggest star in Russia.
$60.
Goes unpunished.
$85.
Perfect first start. She squeezes another one in there. She can. Advantage Mikuru Suzuki.
Travelled over with UK Sakaguchi, who we saw in the first match of the day, put in a very
100.
decent display. She lost to Lisa Ashton in the next round. But it's Suzuki, who many think is the big threat to Ashton for that second Grand Slam spot.
100.
Her and Sherrick for the World Championship place. But she needs to consistently get to the latter stages of just about every tournament to do so. So this could be a very big leg of darts for her.
Well, look, if you subscribe to The View,
60.
the three big stars in women's darts are Lisa Ashton, Fallon Sherrick, and this woman, Mikuru Suzuki. And there are certainly those that do subscribe to that view. We've seen Lisa win on this streaming ball with back-to-back 14 darters, followed by Fallon Sherrick popping in 104 average. And Mikuru Suzuki, under enormous pressure from a 3-time world champion, is threatening to steal this away with a 14-dart hold, and it would be another crack
89.
at the 160. She missed tops for it a couple of legs ago. She will not hit it this time, and Anastasia will have a look at the 122 to get it done.
42.
Looking at the 18 segment here. Just one treble required for a dart at the bullseye. She's got it already. Don't miss a big number. She hasn't. The ball to win.
83.
It's a long double 10. And
29.
Anastasia Dombromyslova has missed. 3 darts now to win this match. Can Suzuki seal it?
Double 5. Drama at the Metrodome as Mikuru Suzuki misses inside with both
18.
her first darts. She's left herself on double 1. I don't really think it matters. Anastasia comes back looking to seal it.